DJ on the DJ.
F-stop is at 5.0.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
ISO's at 4.
IrRashonal Sports is late. The After Hours IrRashonal Sports Show
Yeah, we're sorry.
on Chicagoland Sports Radio. Welcome in.
Hello, everybody. We're
We're late.
We're kind of rushing.
Yeah, we had some previous engagements that we had to handle, but we did it.
Yep.
Hey, can you move that slightly over?
To your face that way.
Give me some shoulder room right here. I'm still deaf in this ear, bro. Just the slightest. It's locked in it. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. That'll do. Okay. Alright.
Oh no.
Alright.
Hold on.
We're here.
Hello.
Let me get some links out real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had some previous engagements. We're here though. What we're gonna talk. Okay, first of all, you're watching IrRashonal Sports
Yes.
on Chicagoland Sports Radio,
Yes.
where it's not just sports; it's a way of life.
Yes.
Sorry, my mind is a jumble right now. My name's Matt. I'm the host of IrRashonal Sporting Fellas. Please go follow my Twitter, IrRashonal Sports, IrRashonal. It's the same as you're watching on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, it's the same. Yeah, that's what we got going for today.
Yep.
Introduce yourself, friend.
Hello. I'm Luke Mendoza, also known as Luke Mendez, according to Matthew. I've been here for a very long time, and yes, we are indeed late. We had other business to take care of. Serious business.
Serious.
Yeah, it's very serious. So we're back. We're gonna give you guys a show today. Trust. We're here live right now. Also, I want to say I have accomplished something big.
No, you haven't.
Why not?
I'm just kidding.
Guess what, guys? Next Wednesday, I will be doing my first ever sports show, and me hosting it. Not this guy right here. Me. It's called the Luke Effect.
What time is it?
Wednesdays 2 to 3. So go check that out. I would most likely have him be co-host as well, and have other people come in I might change it up, maybe. We'll see. I got to see on people's schedules and stuff. But him right here, he'll be there. He'll be sitting in this chair.
I'll be at the front.
Yeah, he'll be right here, sitting in this chair, and I'm sitting over there. So yeah, the Luke Effect on Wednesdays at 2 to 3. Go tune in next week. I will keep you guys posted. My social media, follow me, Luke Mendoza Official on Instagram. So yeah, let's get it popping. Let's get it.
Our third, I think that's our third show, right? We got Washed Up, and then we got you.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Okay.
It's about time.
With that said, let's waste no further time and let's get right into the meat of things.
Yes.
On the agenda today, we're going to be talking a lot of basketball per usual. We got some Bulls talk. There's the only reason I have Bulls talk on here is because we haven't talked Bulls in a while. So we might as well get some of the
And we're in Chicago. Come on.
the goofiness out of the way before people start asking questions. We got some more point explosions, just like last week. There were a couple of players that just decided to go off again for no reason.
Crazy.
Because
it's wild.
it's a random time in the regular season, so why not pick a better time to go off? Sorry. We got another Player of the Week segment. Spoiler, a little bit of a spoiler. There's some young players on the list.
Yep.
We got an anti-Player of the Week, just one. And then we got some games of the day for
This today or
rest of the week.
Oh, rest of the week. Okay.
Yeah, rest of the week. And then we're gonna end with some irrational tweets. And perhaps if there's some extra time, we're gonna take a trip.
Up to my wall.
Yeah.
I only got some things today, guys, though. But I'm gonna type things down if I find something interesting. So he's gonna do the talking. I'll pitch in. But yeah, I'm gonna be typing.
Yeah.
So go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
That's what we got. Yeah. let's get into some Bulls talk. So,
Good.
There's been some injuries as of late. We got Patrick Williams sustaining his injury and it being what's the word I'm looking for? It being prolonged. He had a setback essentially.
Who?
Patrick Williams.
Oh yeah, our little guy.
Little guy. Never mind. Yeah, but he had a little setback. Dalen Terry left the game a few. Was it against Toronto? I want to say it was against Toronto. He left the game.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh yeah, because that's when he hurt his ankle. Yeah.
Yeah, he left the game with a lower leg injury, possibly ankle injury.
It was a scary, by the way. It was pretty gnarly.
Yeah. So we're awaiting his results. Zach had another setback. Don't know what that means. I just saw it. I'm just reporting it back. He had another setback. I honestly don't know the details. I just saw the Casey Johnson report. Shout out to Casey Johnson. Torrey Craig is nearing his return.
Yes.
That's only a good thing for the Bulls. Although nothing right now is good for the Bulls, but why not? Yeah, Torrey Craig. DeMar is being DeMar still. We're still having the same conversation week after week that he loves dribbling the ball for 24 seconds, passing it to a guy to either tank the turnover or tank a really bad shot. It's the same as it's always been. I'm going to keep saying it. DeMar, he's a good player, just not for what the Bulls want. He would have been fine if Lonzo were still here, but Lonzo's not still here, is he? Kobe White is the best player still on the Bulls. I got here written down. If Zach and DeMar didn't exist, I genuinely believe that Kobe White would average 25 points a game.
He is a star. He should be elite. Okay, he should make the second All-Star team. You know what I mean? Like the ones that come off the bench.
The reserves?
The reserve, yeah.
I don't know. There's some pretty good All-Star reserves this year.
How is he not one of them?
Cause, dude,
how can he not be one of them?
All-Star game. I'm gonna list you this roster. You're gonna say, oh, okay.
The reserves or the
Steph Curry is a reserve.
Well, that's because he's doing bad this year.
Not really.
He's not playing his best. That's why he didn't make an All-Star starter.
He had 40 last week. He had 36 last night. Where are the reserves? Did they not announce the reserves yet?
No, that's why I'm saying.
Oh. It's just the starters then.
I don't know when that releases. I don't know.
Kobe shouldn't. He wasn't even in the voting race really. So I don't think he's gonna. But yeah, he's having a season of himself.
Yeah, he is.
He's doing just everything right, not just in terms of scoring, but he's developing a full point guard package in terms of his passing ability, his anticipation ability. I remember he was one of those rookies where he was making a lot. He was one of those rookies where he would make a lot of those rookie mistakes that you call out and say, "Oh, that's a rookie mistake." He was making a lot of them, a lot of turnovers, a lot of forced shots, I'd say, but he's really coming into his own player right now.
Yep.
And it's phenomenal to see because it was getting to the point he's been improving year after year, but it was getting to the point where I was like, okay, is he starting to flatline?
Yeah.
No Bev. Thankfully though,
this is a no bet, man.
Thankfully though, he's really blooming. He's blossoming this year. Yeah. Okay, transitioning from the goofy Bulls nonsense that I don't want to keep talking about.
That was fast. It was fast.
I don't like the Bulls. That's why. They got to improve, man. They got to do
You'll start liking them once they're better?
Yeah, they got to do something worth talking about.
So then who's your favorite team right now?
The Thunder.
Okay, it's fair.
The Thunder, the Rockets. I like
the
Rockets right now. Who else? I got a couple of teams. I like Indiana. I like Orlando. I like New Orleans. I like Sacramento. Yeah. There's a trend. I like young teams that are on the uptrend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Next, what we got on the list is some more scoring explosions. And that is self-explanatory. Luka Doncic at 73 against Atlanta. He's averaging 34 points this season.
How is he not?
I don't think anyone's averaged 34 points since James Harden did it in 2018.
He's all-star starter, no?
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. He is. He's on.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's averaging 34 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds.
That is
really,
nuts.
Yeah, really close to a 35-point triple-double.
That is nuts.
I don't think anyone's averaged those numbers since Harden. So if he can really finish the season out. But Embiid, too, is averaging 35 right now. The only problem is he's missing a lot of games.
Did you hear that they got fined?
Yeah.
They got fined.
Teams did. Who else did? Somebody else did, too.
76ers got fined $75K because
they lied on their injury report.
I forgot. Yeah, they lied on the injury report because apparently he... Here, I'll find it right now. Hold on. I got
the Pelicans were the other team.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I got it. Here, NBA ESPN. Here it is. No, not Julius Randle.
He's injured, by the way. Julius
Randle 2
out for
to 3 weeks. Yeah.
I have it right here.
Oh, I can't find it.
Yeah,
it was
fined $75,000 for failing to include Joel Embiid on the team's injury report in an accurate and timely manner for the team's game on Saturday, January 27th against the Denver Nuggets.
Yep.
Yeah, and it does say here the fine takes into account Philadelphia's prior history of fines for violating injury report rules. So what that means is they've had a history. And it wasn't their first time, nor will it be their last, because Joel Embiid seems to be a bit volatile when it comes to injury reporting. But I will say I have more on that in my IrRashonal tweet segment. I did a lot of tweeting about Joel Embiid. Some good, some bad. We'll get to that. Yeah, so Luka had 73-point explosion against Atlanta. I watched the fourth quarter, I think. I don't think I watched the third quarter. But it was a ridiculous game. It seemed like Atlanta could have won the game, no doubt about it. They were within 5 the entire second half until this was a very pivotal moment in the game until Atlanta started doubling Luka nearly at full court, almost full court, and that led to some of the other Mavericks like Tim Hardaway. They got some really easy, wide open threes, and that was the deciding factor right there. That's the reason Atlanta couldn't win, because Trae Young was hitting shots. DeJounte Murray was getting some tough buckets. It was just unfortunate that I just think that was a bad decision, doubling Luka right away, because DeJounte Murray is a lockdown defender, and I would have trusted him, to at least suppress Luka from making easy shots. I would have been less upset if Atlanta lost that game with Luka making ridiculous shots, rather than how they lost. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But the end story is Luka at 73.
That's crazy, bro. Mm-hmm. Some wild stuff right there.
And he's averaging 34. Embiid is averaging 35. And what's even crazier, I think he's averaging even more points if he gets benched in for the fourth quarter, which is some pretty crazy stuff. Yeah. Devin Booker had 62 points in a loss. Who they lose to?
Who?
Indiana?
Who?
Phoenix. Who did they lose to that?
I forget.
Was it Orlando? Was it Indiana? I think it was Indiana. Yeah, Devin Booker's 62. They lost to Indiana. Again, that was another close game that I think Indiana played it right. That's why they won the game. But another thing is, this is another... I'm going to toy with this idea really quick. Devin Booker loves putting up extremely high point totals in games that his team loses. Yep. When he scored 70 against Boston in 2018, they lost 17. I don't remember what year he did that in, but I remember watching that game. They lost to Boston that game, and he had 70. And I remember he posted with the 70 paper. He put 70 on a piece of paper in the locker room after. He wasn't smiling. No one else was smiling in that picture. It was just an all-around funny time. But yeah, Devin Booker loves to post up extremely high point totals in games that he loses. And this wasn't the first time when he scored 70. It wasn't the last time. There were a lot of times in between. Just a funny little narrative to follow. Yeah. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Indiana, with the exact opposite. They did the exact opposite that Atlanta did against Dallas when Luka had 73. What Indiana did was they didn't necessarily like double or triple team Booker when like off the rip. Now, that could be because Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant were also playing, and obviously you're not going to double a guy when you have Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
So I understand it there, but like in the end, it worked, and I think that Atlanta could have done the same thing against Dallas, and it would have also worked. Unfortunately, Tim Hardaway Jr. was hitting some handsome shots. And yeah, happened to ice the game a few times. Hang on, I'm going to find that game again because I want to look at a play-by-play really quick. What game was it that he had 70? Against Atlanta. January 26th. Kobe's birthday.
Hey.
No. What am I thinking of? No. Kobe's birthday. Kobe's birthday. Or was it the anniversary of him scoring 81? Never. Hang on.
Looking for things to talk about.
Kobe score 81. January 26th is when he died.
Why not?
Never mind.
I was going to say this.
It's when he died. So January 26th is when he died. The 22nd, January 22nd, he had 81 in 2006 against the Raptors. We all remember that game. Right? You remember that game? You were one?
Say it one more time.
When Kobe scored 81. You were 1 year old, right?
2000 what?
6.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, ultimately, because Josh Green was another guy I forgot about. He also, he had 21 points in the game against Atlanta. And I think some of those were late game threes. But yeah, ultimately, I think that was the deciding factor in the win-loss. The scoring is impressive by itself. We've talked about scoring enough.
There you go.
Let's see. Let me transition a little bit to player of the week here. I have 2 players of the week this week. Both of them are young. Both of them are on the Rising Stars team this season. One of them are both of them rookies. 2024 Rising Stars roster. I think. Let's see. I do want to actually announce this entire list. So, the Rising Star rookies this year are Bilal Coulibaly. I believe I said that right. On the Wizards. Keontae George from the Jazz. Jordan Hawkins, who I really like, from the Pelicans. Scoot Henderson from the Blazers. Chet on the Thunder. Jaime Jaquez on the Heat. Derek Lively Jr., or the second, who I really like, who's on Dallas. Brandon Miller, who's on Charlotte. Brandon Pajemski, who's on Golden State. Cason Wallace, who I really, really like. Did he get Player of the Week? He might have gotten a Player of the Week one time.
Who? Say one time.
Cason Wallace on the Thunder. He's the Thunder rookie. He is one of the best shooters. One of the best underrated shooters I've ever seen. That wasn't something that he was necessarily known for coming into the league. He just did it. But yeah, Cason Wallace. Wembanyama is another rookie. The sophomores this year are Paolo, of course. Dyson Daniels on New Orleans, who I really like. Jalen Duren, there you go. Jaden Ivey, who I really like on Detroit. He has a future if he just breaks some of the bad habits that Detroit's teaching him. I've said that about all the Detroit players. Walker Kessler on Utah, Benedict Mathurin on Indiana, Keegan Murray on... I did not know he was a sophomore. I thought he was a lot older. On Sacramento.
Wow. Damn.
Shaedon Sharp on Portland. Jabari Smith Jr., who I really like on the Rockets. And Jalen Williams, who I also really like on the Thunder. Those are the Rising Stars. There are some G League players.
Mm-hmm.
Half of these, like, I'm looking, I know some of these. I'm only going to say the guys I know because the guys I don't know how to pronounce their names. Ron Holland on G League Ignite. Mac McClung on Orlando's G League affiliate. Oscar Tshiebwe, Kentucky legend, on Indiana's G League affiliate, and Tyler Smith on the G League Ignite.
Ooh, I have to bring up.
Yeah. Yeah, so those are the guys participating. Now, my players of the week, who both of them are on in the Rising Star. Wait, is Cam Whitmore? I just spoiled it, but that's right. That's okay. So that's a spoiler. Cam Whitmore is my second one. The first one's Jalen Duren, though. Jalen Duren is on the sophomore team. He was injured a lot of his first year, but he's back. He's still fighting injuries, but a lot of higher attendance this year.
Oh, he's on it, man.
I'll only start when the show starts. It's the talking, I swear.
It might be. It's like I don't even know. It's like a
reflex or something. Yeah, Jalen Duren, his attendance this year has been a lot better. And obviously his play has been a lot better. This season he's averaging 14 points per game and 12 rebounds per game on shooting splits of 64%, 0% from 3, and 70 from the free throw line. I'm not worried about the threes because he only has 4 total career 3-pointers attempted, and 2 of those were this year, 2 of them were last year.
Yep.
I'm really not worried about the 3-point percentage because that's not the type of player he is. His other shooting splits can improve for sure, and I have no doubt that they will. It's just a matter of time. He's missed. Where did I just see? He's missed. Let me see. I got to count these real quick. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. He's missed 14 games this season, and that's an entire mix of did not plays, did not dress, inactives. So, but still, like, it's an improvement from last year where he missed a considerable, significant amount of the season.
Yep.
He's back though. He's on a what? It's a big game. He's on a 17-game streak right now of being healthy. And in those 17 games, they have 4 wins. And what is this? Every single win that Detroit has had, Jalen Duren has been playing. So, say what you want. Draw your own conclusions there. I just really like him in general. 12 points per game, 14 rebounds per game. What I really like specifically, I was just watching highlights of him from like a couple days ago. It was a few games ago, I think. It was against the Lakers. You know what? It was against the Lakers. No, it wasn't against the Lakers. Never mind. He was bullying. He's just a bully. He plays bully ball. He's huge for a 20-year-old. He reminds me of a smaller Shaq almost. Kind of Jalen Duren.
Okay.
Kind of because of how like he still needs to find. I don't doubt that he'll find a shooting touch. Just for now, he doesn't have one. But he reminds me of Shaq, just the way he dominates. He reminds me a little bit of Bam Adebayo, just the way he moves, not necessarily his skill set, because obviously Bam is one of the best shooting.
He's one of a kind.
Yeah, Bam is absolutely one of a kind. Jalen Duren's a little bit smaller too. I mean, how big is this guy? He's 6'10". That's not that small. He's 6'10", which that's not small, but you know he's huge for his size. He's a muscly, a burly man. But yeah, what I like about him is he really knows how to. He's really good at finding position.
Yeah.
I noticed that. You know, for instance, if he's posting up and say a guy, if he's posting up to look for the ball and the ball's in the corner, you got a guy drive baseline, he'll immediately reposition to the elbow and then he'll cut back down to the ball and try and receive a pass or anything. Mm-hmm. And it's just a matter of Detroit players seeing him do that, but he's doing it. He knows how to position. He has all the right positioning habits. It's just getting him with a guy who can hit him. And Cade Cunningham can hit him. Jaden Ivey is spotty from time to time. Amen? I mixed them up because I like them both. The Thompson knows where. But he's good at positioning. He's good at staying out of the way of ball handlers. He just has a good IQ overall. And I like Jalen Duren, so congratulations, you get Player of the Week. Cam Whitmore is my second Player of the Week. I already spoiled that. He didn't make a Rising Stars roster spot. Where I think he should have is in place of Scoot. I only think they're choosing Scoot because of his name and because he, draws people. He's a draw. He's a personality that the NBA can get behind and invest in. I think Scoot was a Player of the Week last week, I believe. He is on an uptick in his performance and his output, but overall, I just think he had a rough start to the season where Cam Whitmore's just a better story, I think, overall. Cam Whitmore has a ton of DNPs. Actually, I wrote this down. He's got 10 did not plays and even more inactives. A lot of those, though, were because he was assigned to the G League. Why he was assigned to the G League, I don't know, because he put up 3 40-point games in the G League. And it's fair to say that scoring output is translating to the NBA because what he's doing in the NBA now is pretty ridiculous. He's season wide, he's averaging 11 points, 4 rebounds, and half a steal, but that's just in 16 minutes. His minutes have been racking up, or they've been on the uptick the entire season, which is a good thing. And in his last 5 games, he's averaging 19 points per game, 7.5 steals, and shooting a lot better than he did previously. So the moral of the story is just give him more minutes and he'll do better. He's shooting 48% from the field, 39% from 3, 66% from the free throw line. In his last 5, though, the 5 where he's averaging 20 points per game, he's shooting 83%. So everything improves when he plays more. That's even his shooting. But 50% from the field as a rookie anyway is already good. 39% from the 3 will improve. He has a weird bit of form, but it's fine. What I did watch, I don't watch the Rockets very often, but I like Cam Whitmore anyway. I watched them last night. I forget who they played last night, but I watched them last night where Jalen Green was having a game.
Jalen Green?
Yeah. He was having quite a game against New Orleans. That's right. They lost, but Jalen Green had quite the game. I think he had 31 points, which is pretty good for Jalen Green. Jalen Green looked like a completely different player. I can go on and talk about Jalen Green, but I want to talk about Cam Whitmore. Cam Whitmore at 17 against New Orleans. Just overall, what he does, he's like, the best way I can describe him is like Javonte Green, but with a deeper offensive bag. He's a lot better at like what Javonte Green does. He's really good at swiping the ball. He's really good at he's a hustler, and he has bounce obviously. But what he's really good at is finding little pockets, running in transition, getting back on defense. Obviously, those things are just habits that you want guys in the NBA to learn, especially rookies.
Right.
And Cam Whitmore's doing a good job of that. I think Ime Udoka is a good coach, and I hope he's coaching him these ways. But he has the habits already. And I think if this Rockets core stays together, they can be good, especially with Şengün. Jalen Green needs to develop a little more point guardy habits, if that makes sense, in terms of passing. Same with it's the same way I thought Kobe White wouldn't, but Jalen Green needs to do that before it gets too late for him. Overall, though, I really like what Cam Whitmore's doing. He's a great guy. I'll endorse him for years to come. But yeah, other than that, that's Cam Whitmore. Give him more minutes, please. Please give him more minutes. Yeah, those are the players of the week. Cam Whitmore, Jalen Duren. I think that's Jalen Duren's second player of the week, and Cam Whitmore's first. I like Cam Whitmore. I like Jalen Duren. Now, unfortunately, moving on to our anti-player of the week. It's Terry. Terry Rozier.
Oh yeah, I remember. Just one person.
It's Terry. Yeah, just Terry Rozier. I have trouble finding these anti-players of the week because I don't want to sound like a hater, even though I'm a professional hater. I don't want to sound that much like a hater, but I'm just literally trying to find a guy that's like had a down week. Like last week, I did Anthony Edwards just because he had one bad game. Terry Rozier's start on the Miami Heat, his little his beginning has been lackluster, to say. Miami went on a 7-game slide before finally winning yesterday. They were on a 7-game losing streak since it was like the Clippers with James Harden. I think the Clippers went on a 6-game losing streak right when they got James Harden, and Miami went on a 7-game losing streak when they got Terry Rozier. And I did say this. I did say I thought Charlotte won the trade. Now it's not, obviously. I don't think like it's set in stone yet. I still think Miami's a much better team. I think Terry Rozier helps them. I just said Miami lost the trade.
The Hornets,
because the Hornets they got Kyle Lowry, and what? They got a first
picks.
Yeah, they got a first round pick from Miami.
2027.
Miami is so much better at using picks. So the fact that Charlotte was able to get away with stealing a pick from Miami is huge. And yeah,
Charlotte almost beat the Bulls yesterday. Almost.
Charlotte's a weird team. I think I said this. Yeah, Charlotte's just a weird team. Yeah. You don't know if they're going to be good or bad. It's impossible to adequate.
This year they're bad.
Oh yeah, they're always bad. I'm just saying you never know. Like they could pull out a 40-point win against the Nuggets one night. They could pull out a 40-point win against like any team really.
I know.
It's just weird. Like, so Basketball Reference has a little chart that shows wins and losses. Look at all that red. And look at how big, like how small the green wins are versus how big. Yeah, they have a chart basically, and it's
that's
just
Charlotte's.
Yeah, that's Charlotte's. It's just red and green lines. The bigger the line, the bigger the win or loss, the bigger the point difference, I guess. And all the red losses are huge red losses. Got a 30-point loss to Milwaukee. Got another 30-point loss to New York, and then their biggest win this season. Let me see, was. Where is it? Is that Washington? And it was like a 7-point win.
7?
That was their biggest win, I think. 8. Okay, so 8 points was their biggest win this season.
That's wild.
And then you have teams like Oklahoma City winning by 60. That's crazy. It's just overall it's a weird season. But to prove my point, Charlotte is just a really weird team. And so that's why like it's impossible to adequately analyze them without disclosing.
Is it funny to say that the Pistons beat the Thunder?
Yeah. No, you know what is funnier? They beat them the day the Lions lost too.
On Sunday. Yeah, I know.
Sunday. So Detroit sacrificed a Lions win for a Detroit win, which and as an NBA guy is valid, but
it's kind of funny. The Pistons beat the number
hilarious.
Number one team in the West, and then the Lions lost against a team in the West. No,
AFC or NFC.
I know it's NFC, but are they in NFC West? The Niners?
Probably.
I just want to double check.
I'm bad at NFL divisions.
I just want to see.
I'm really good at NBA divisions because they make sense. I'm not good at NFL divisions because they're kind of all over the place.
Standings. Hold on. If it's a team in the West, I'm going to let.
Why?
Because that's just funny. You're going to lose to the number one team in the West, and then the line. No, you win against the number one team in the West.
Yeah.
And they're in the West.
Yeah, Detroit's just playing silly games.
Pistons beat the number one team in the West, And the Lions lost to the number 1 team in the West.
The Charlotte.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Charlotte did a similar thing. They lost to. Who did they lose to? Like Washington? Or was it Detroit?
Charlotte lost to Detroit, the Pistons?
Yeah, they lost to Detroit, but they beat Minnesota back-to-back games. Not nights, games.
Are we talking about the Pistons or the Thunder?
Charlotte.
Oh, okay. I said Thunder.
Charlotte lost to Detroit, but won against the number 1 team in the West right now, which is Minnesota.
That is wild. Minnesota went back on top?
Yeah, they're a win above.
Well, I bet during that Sunday, though, I think the OKC was number 1.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of teams hovering around 30 to 33 wins right now. You got Boston with 37, Minnesota with 34. They're top of their respective divisions, or conferences. Yeah, Terry Rozier unfortunately joined the team at a bad time. But he's averaging, with Miami, his numbers are way down. He's averaging 12 points per game. He's 38% from the field, which is abysmal, and 35% from 3, which is a dip, but not, as considerable as his points and field goal percentage. It's a small sample size, though. That's what I've written down. I wrote it's a small sample size. I'm not worried about long-term effectiveness necessarily. I understand that he has a lot of other scorers, not only one to get acquainted with, but two to battle for possessions anyway. He's got Tyler, Jimmy, Bam, even like Martin, who's the other guy? Jaquez, Jason Richardson, I think is his name. So he has a lot of other guys to battle for possessions against. So his points, I think I said his points were going to take a tank anyway. Josh Richardson, not Jason Richardson. The only thing is we wouldn't be looking at him in a bad from a bad point of view if Miami was winning and they're not. So, am I worried about his long-term effectiveness? Not necessarily. Last night he did bounce back. He had 5 rebounds, 10 assists, and 2 steals in a win against I already forgot. But he won, or Miami won, and he had a good game. He didn't score a lot. I think he had 7 points, not a lot. No matter what, it was less than 10. But he found a way to make himself productive outside of just scoring, and I like that from him. I want to see scoring now. Yeah, that's the anti-player of the week, Terry Rozier. Sorry, pal, but
sorry, not sorry.
I had to choose someone. I had to choose someone. I am sorry. I had to choose someone though. Yeah, let's move on to games of the week, games of the day. Sorry. Today, I think. Yeah, today, which YouTube, it's Thursday, the 1st of February.
Wow, month. Yeah, we went by really fast.
Yeah, 4 games tonight. Only 4 games tonight. But what I really like is Indiana, New York, because Indiana is fighting to prove themselves in the East. New York is fighting the fraud allegations. They're fighting I don't really know what to call it. Right now they're 3rd in the East. They're 31-17, which is huge. After getting OG Anunoby, they've exploded. They need playoff success now.
Yep.
And
they signed Taj Yeswin to a 10-day contract.
Oh yeah, the second of the season, I think.
Yeah, the 10-day contract. Yep.
So what they're fighting for is just what's the word I'm looking for? Like status. They're fighting for a place in history, I guess, just because they've had some unfortunate seasons previously. Let me get this John. I tightened this really bad. Ugh, there we go. Yeah, Indiana's just fighting to prove themselves, and New York is trying to stay relevant. That's the way I like phrasing it. Friday, tomorrow, the 2nd, Orlando versus Minnesota. Minnesota, they really stand alone right now. It's not like
sleepy.
It's not like I don't know. It's not like they necessarily need to be hung up on Orlando, but they obviously want to remain at the top of the West. And Orlando is a decent up-and-coming team that I think could prove fatal if Minnesota is caught off guard in any sort of way. Meanwhile, for Orlando, they're fighting again for a playoff spot. They're 8th right now in the East. They're above 500. I think they're having a great season. I think they're not going to make a deep playoff run, but I would like to see them make the playoffs just so they have a feel of it. Because, like I've said this a ton of times, I think they're a year behind Oklahoma City. And for them to keep that status of a year behind Oklahoma City, they gotta have some considerable success next year. And yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see them beat a really big team tomorrow, and that'll really cement them as an up and coming team. Saturday the 3rd, I really like Milwaukee versus Dallas. Just because it's two good teams, really. I think Saturday there's not that many games going on. Let me check. What is it? 3rd, the 4th? 4th. Yeah, 24 or the 4th. Sorry. Yep. Saturday's the 3rd.
Yes.
Why am I lying? Because I talked about tonight too. Yeah. It didn't show games this night though. That's weird. Oh wait, what? Okay, I must have lied to myself. I messed this entire thing up.
Dang.
There are no games on Saturday, but I wrote it down so every game is like I'm gonna try to fix this real quick. So Sunday, there are no games Saturday. Don't be delusional like me. Sunday, I like Milwaukee versus Dallas. Sunday the 4th. What is disregard everything I just said about Saturday. Pretend I didn't even say anything. Basketball Reference doesn't put games ahead of time. They only put games as they're happening. So just disregard everything I just said. Saturday, I like Milwaukee versus Dallas. Obviously, because both teams are fighting for status. Sunday, I'm going to fire through the rest of this. Sunday, I like the Clippers versus Miami. That's on ESPN. Go watch that. Miami is trying to bounce back. They're trying to establish themselves with Terry Rozier.
Trying to go. Hopefully, they don't go on a 8-game losing streak.
I hope not. And the Clippers are fighting for a spot. This is their first good year. All their guys are staying healthy. They're 31-15. They're having a great season. I like to see them keep that up. And Miami had something to prove. Monday, Sacramento versus Cleveland, and 2 games here, and Dallas versus Philadelphia.
Woo.
Sacramento versus Cleveland again. Cleveland is on a huge uptick right now. They're 29-16. I'd like to see them beat another team that's on quite a considerable uptick. Even though it's not really an uptick, it's more them continuing last season in Sacramento. Both teams are neck and neck right now in terms of standings. Sacramento's 27-19. So just overall an even battle. I like the Sabonis versus Mobley. I like Mobley, Garland. Garland's back and Mobley's back. They're coming back, I think, that day. Either that or sometime in the future. But they're coming back. It's good to see them healthy again. Sacramento versus Cleveland just has a lot of good matchups. De'Aaron Fox, Donovan Mitchell. Watch that game. It's going to be fun. And then Dallas, Philadelphia, for obvious reasons. Just if Embiid plays, that is. It's going to be nice to see how Derek Lively handles Embiid. I want to see just decent defense overall. It's nice disciplined defense against Joel Embiid from Derek Lively. Luka, who do you think will guard Luka? Oubre? Probably Oubre on Philadelphia.
Yep.
Oubre is Oubre on Philadelphia? What am I talking about?
Bro, what's going on with you today?
I don't know. I'm losing it. Kelly Oubre's on Philadelphia. So yeah, they'll probably guard him. They'll probably guard Luka. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about that game. It's just gonna be good. Tuesday is a packed schedule. That's all I wrote. So watch anything. I'm gonna actually look at what Tuesday's schedule is.
Watch anything, everything.
That's what I wrote. I trust myself, but I'm gonna look at it really quick. Tuesday, February 6th. You got Houston, Indiana. So, yeah, I like that game. Dallas, Brooklyn. I like that game. Orlando, Miami. I really like that game. Memphis, New York. That's probably the weakest game on the roster. But Minnesota and the Bulls. Another, kind of weak game. But because of Chicago, I'm going to watch it. Utah and Oklahoma City. I really like that game. Second best team in the West versus Utah, who's on another uptick. And Milwaukee and Phoenix. Milwaukee, again, trying to find a new identity with Doc Rivers. And Phoenix, who's trying to fight for a playoff spot.
Wow. Tuesday is crazy.
Yeah, Tuesday. Watch games Tuesday. That's all.
Make sure you get your tacos.
Have a ton of games up. Tacos. Oh, yeah. Taco Tuesday?
Yeah, Taco Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah. We're going to check out some irrational... You have stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to fire off some irrationals. Just some of my favorite irrational tweets really quick, and then we're going to take a little trip over the wall.
Down south.
Yeah, down south. A lot of these are going to be from yesterday, Wednesday. What did I see? There was a DeMar DeRozan possession where he looks for fouls too often, and I said I feel like DeMar has gotten too caught up in drawing / anticipating fouls, which leads him to missing otherwise easy shots for him. That's true. I think he anticipates fouls way too often. And he is good at making difficult shots, but when it doesn't work, it's like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
Jalen Green is so much fun to watch because he is when he's doing good. I don't watch the Rockets that often, but last night specifically, Jalen Green had a night for himself, and I'm proud. Terry Taylor met his match in Miles Bridges. That was when Terry Taylor went up for a dunk and Miles Bridges swatted it back to wherever Terry Taylor is from. What else? There's another thing about Terry Taylor. Oh yeah, I said I like Terry Taylor's relentlessness to get under the basket and post up or get a rebound. Every time a shot goes up, this might just be a young guy thing, but Terry Taylor gets under the rim and establishes himself. He always tries posting up. He just has a lot of what's the word? Fundamental tendencies in his big man ways. But he's good. He's good. I got Jalen Green, exceptional drive at 5:25 in the first quarter. If he could combine his athleticism with real point guard skills, he'd be unstoppable. Now, I wanted Fred VanVleet. When they got Fred VanVleet, I was really excited because I thought it would bring a veteran role, it would bring veteran leadership to the Rockets. It's not as strong as I thought it would be, but Fred VanVleet should take a bigger veteran role in the Rockets, and I think that could only have good results. But he needs to do that. He needs to coach Jalen Green because the Rockets can be good, and I want to see him play well.
Hey, Mets, where you at?
Huh?
Hey, Mets, where you at?
I have no idea. I'm just going by the clock. We're gonna end at 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all I got. Let's take a little trip over the wall really quick.
All right. Look a permanent wall. Stuff with football real quick. I'm going to say some things about football. Quickly with Chicago Bears, they signed Bills defensive coordinator Eric Washington. Nice. We're getting our coaching positions filled. Yes. I like it. We're doing good. I think we're doing all right. Possibly. For the Super Bowl, we got the Taylor City Chiefs and the San Francisco 13s.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, the Taylor City Chiefs and the San Francisco 13s.
Third teams?
13s.
Oh.
13s. Because Brock Purdy wears 13. So, yeah. Come on. We need Purdy to win.
Who are you going for?
San Fran. I'm pulling. I really am. I'm pulling my heart and soul into that game, man. I need San Fran to win. Nickelodeon is also going to be hosting the Super Bowl for the first time, I think. And you won't believe it. They're bringing back.
They're hosting the Super Bowl?
Not hosting. Well, they're them and CBS.
Oh.
So CBS is hosting it, but Nickelodeon is also doing their own thing. Sweet!
Mitch Trubisky.
Sweet victory! They're bringing that song. They're They're bringing the SpongeBob song in Nickelodeon Super Bowl broadcast. So y'all better go tune in for that. I'm gonna go see that.
I do remember they did that. Remember when Mitch Trubisky won MVP?
Oh yeah, and Mitch Trubisky won the very first MVP. Yeah, the very first.
Nick, most valuable player.
Yep.
What a guy, Money Mitch.
Yeah, Money Mitch.
Please.
The son of a Mitch Bowl when we went against Patrick Mahomes or Deshaun Watson.
Please cut. Please cut. What's his name? Kenny Pickett, and put all your stock in Money Mitch.
Money Mitch, yeah. Every position in the head coaching staff has been filled in the NFL, leaving out Bill Belichick and Mike Vrabel. They have nowhere to go. Literally nowhere. So
assistant coach. No.
I don't know what they're both gonna do. Who knows? Pete Carroll's as staying in Seattle. He's just an advisor. So
I think that's just like he's retiring, but he's still on the payroll. I
guess we'll see when he announces it.
My guess is that's a service. That's the service that the Seahawks are doing for all his years.
Yeah. Basketball now. I'm going to jump into right into basketball. The Bulls are 23-26. Maybe, hopefully, can go on a win streak. Maybe, hopefully. Doubt he says no, but we'll see. They go. Who they go against? They don't play till Friday. No, Saturday. They'll play till Saturday. Let me see. You said there's no game Saturday?
No, disregard that. They play Sacramento on
Saturday. Yep, the Kings. So we got.
Wow, we have a 2-game break and then Sacramento and then another
2-game. I know, it's crazy. Like these game breaks that we're having is wild. And then after that we play against you said Sacramento and then 2-game break and then who else? Minnesota. Yeah. And then another game break and then who else?
Memphis.
And then another game break. I think 2 more or just 1 more. Does it say?
No, it goes 2. So we have 2 games off today and tomorrow.
Yeah, Saturday. 2 games off again.
Sacramento, 2 games off again.
Tuesday is Minnesota and then another game off. And then
1 game, Memphis, 1 game, Orlando, 1 game, Atlanta, 1 game, Cleveland, and then All-Star break.
The heck, man? Why are we getting all these breaks for?
It's just 1 game. Or 1 day.
We got 2 back-to-back 2-1s, bro. It's crazy.
We always get a day off. We just played a back-to-back.
Oh, yeah, we did, yeah.
We played a back-to-back a few weeks ago, early January, back-to-back January 2nd. Yeah.
Also, Kobe White is balling.
Absolutely.
He's balling. He's on fire, guys.
Free him.
Literally, what?
Free him.
No, we need him. We need him.
Yeah, we need him, but like if we're not going to build around him or do something, then let him go.
We'll see.
Let him spread his wings.
We shall see. Moving on to baseball. Cubs signed a release pitcher, Hector Neris, for a 1-year deal. We're filling up our pitching positions pretty good. Cubs are doing really good moves now, finally. Still need to get an outfielder or infielder, I think. We need to sign some hitter, like one more hitter, a couple of hitters, and we'll be straight. They revealed, this is about a game, by the way. I got you. They revealed, you know the show?
MLB.
MLB The Show. MLB The Show.
Yeah. What they revealed?
They revealed the cover for the 2024. Vladimir Guerrero.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Was he good?
No.
Why?
He was decent. The reason why I think they put him is because in 2026 MLB The Show, his dad was on there, and he won the home run derby.
So they want him to win the home run derby again? I like him.
They put him on. They put Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on because he won the home run derby, I bet. He won the home run derby. He didn't even have that good of a year.
I like him, and I don't know how good of a season he had, so I'm not going to say anything else.
I don't think he had that great of a season. Maybe he did. Maybe he had, I don't know, maybe he did something, but...
He's on Toronto, right?
Yes.
How'd they do?
They made it to the wild card spot in the Blue Jays in the playoffs, and I think they got shut out.
Okay, that's pretty bad then.
Because it was best out of 3.
They got swept, you mean?
Yeah, it was best out of 2 out of 3, and someone had to win 2 games. So they got shut out.
That's unfortunate.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thanks for taking a trip over Luke's wall, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Yes.
That was IrRashonal Sports. I know this was a bit late. It went by really quick. I don't know how long it's going to be. I'm going to have to check. But that's IrRashonal Sports on Chicagoland Sports Radio and on IrRashonal Sports YouTube.
Yep.
Follow me on Twitter at IrRashonal Sports. And yeah, like I said again, I keep saying this. I know nothing's changed really yet, but I'm trying to split up videos. I'm trying to make the layout, or not the layout, the format different. I'm working on a ton of stuff. Trust me, I'm working. Yeah, that's been our show. Say bye.
Bye, guys. Luke Mendoza over here. Luke Mendoza Official on Instagram. Also, remember next week, Wednesday, tune in 2 to 3, The Luke Effect.
I'll be there.
He's going to be there.
I'm going to be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm going to get my agenda going over the weekend so you guys can stay tuned.
Yes, sir.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching.
See ya.
See ya.